All right, everybody, welcome into the sports scene. I am your host as always, and there he is, the comedic one, Donnie Wood, with sitting outdoors in the hood. I see. How you doing, Donnie?
I'm doing good. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you good. I can hear you good. Oh my
Yeah.
goodness, are you in the doghouse again? I mean, you outside? Yeah,
No, you know how it is. If I try to do it inside there, I don't have
yeah,
a signal. I
yeah.
could go into the I could go into the office, but then I'd have to arm or disarm the system, and I don't want to do that.
You
So
have
I'm
to
just
get
sitting out
somebody.
here.
You'd have to get somebody to show you how to, to disarm the system and all that.
Yeah, I don't know how to work alarm systems.
Yeah, those alarm systems are very complicated. You'd need somebody to talk you through it. Speaking of talking through alarm systems, there he is, Doug. You got your little comforter on you. You're looking rather dapper this morning. I mean, this afternoon.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm sitting here watching a documentary about a kidnapped girl. It's pretty cool.
it's a documentary on a kidnapped girl.
Yeah,
That's cool.
it's called American Nightmare.
American Nightmare.
It's pretty
Okay,
good.
Donnie,
Gotta
you
go
seen that one?
watch it.
Yeah, I seen that when I was growing up. It was called David and Doug Wood.
Oh Lord, oh Lord, this is gonna be fun. All right, guys, this is a sports scene special. Kind of out of the just a snap. Let's go do something. It's been a while since we've been on together, and we want to get some stuff out there. I had a lady tell me today. I was at a store, Lowe's, there in Granbury, and she told me today. She said, I love it when y'all do your sports scenes. Donnie's so mean to y'all.
Yeah, Donnie is a mean
And
person.
Donnie just muted himself,
Yeah, because he can't talk.
and
What?
his screen is froze up. He's in the hood, Doug, and so
Yeah.
there's no telling what we're going to get with him.
Unmute your microphone,
You got
Donnie.
to unmute your mic, Donnie. There.
Nope.
There you go. You got it now. Not only do we have to teach him alarm system, but all kinds of technology. Oh my goodness, my goodness, you're something else.
Hey, I told y'all I'm just here. I'm the eye candy of the show. I
I
don't know
candy,
all
yeah,
this other stuff.
yeah, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
Well, guys, it's it's coming down. The NFL. Let's start with the NFL. Hopefully, a couple of the coaches might come on a little bit, and we can talk a little bit about them Rattlers. They're doing some really good things in some basketball and whatnot. But I wanted to touch on the NFL, Doug's favorite league.
No fun league.
But Doug, guess what? It's not scripted.
Yeah. Okay.
It's not a scripted league.
Yeah.
So the 49ers and the Packers, they had a doozy of a game this past week. 49ers won 24-21. Of course, it was a pretty good game. Did you enjoy that game, Donnie Wood? I know you watched every minute.
No,
You're a sports guy.
I was probably watching some good movie or something. I caught the tail end of it, but that's it. Couldn't tell you much about it.
For those folks who are watching that have not watched the show regularly, Donnie is kind of newly married, and so he's still in the rom-com, watching and all that stuff, Disney movies and all that stuff and everything. Yeah.
The NFL stopped after the Cowboys lost, so I just kind of lost interest. I'm sorry.
Well, I don't think the Cowboys were much of the NFL, Donnie.
That's all that matters for me.
Oh, okay. Well, the Detroit Lions won 31-23, just as I said they would, and they get to go on and face the San Francisco 49ers in the championship game, NFC championship game. The Baltimore Ravens beat the heck out of the Houston Texans and looked really good doing it. Their running back, what's his name? The Jackson guy. What's his name? Lamar Jackson, the running back for Baltimore, rushed for over 100 yards and beat the heck out of the Texans. The Kansas City Chiefs got by the Buffalo Bills 27-24. Of course they did. And so, of course, it's going to be Kansas City at the Baltimore Ravens. I need to quickly get y'all's predictions and any comments you have about the AFC and the NFC championships.
Go, Doug.
All right. Well, I don't want. I hate Baltimore, but I think I'm against Kelsey and his little girlfriend more. And I don't like Mahomes. Everybody around here, a lot of people around here thinks that just because Kansas City was the Dallas Texans, you got to root for them. Not this guy. I don't want them nowhere near the Super Bowl. Baltimore's going to win against Kansas City. In the NFC, I can't stand San Francisco. I'm hoping for a first-time Super Bowl winner, just like we had a first-time World Series winner in the Rangers. Let's go Lions. Give me the Lions and the Ravens in the Super Bowl, and I will be, even though I don't like the North, Tommy's up there in Michigan, but I'll be rooting for Detroit to win their first Super Bowl.
There you go. There you go. Donnie Wood.
Well, I'm a professional broadcaster, so I'm not going to go by the heart like Doug does.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I'm actually rooting for Kansas City, but I do think Baltimore will win that game. Hope I'm wrong, and I think it's for something. I think Dan Campbell has the Detroit Lions destined to go to the Super Bowl, and so I got Detroit going up against Baltimore. I mean, I know the NFL wants Kansas City and San Francisco, but I'm going to take Detroit and Baltimore, and let's go Glen Rose Tigers. Dan Campbell going to lead them to the Super Bowl.
Man Campbell. All right. Well, I'll tell you what, we're all three in agreement. The Detroit Lions will get the upset. They will beat the San Francisco 49ers, and they will represent the NFC in the Super Bowl. But y'all are wrong, dead wrong. Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs will beat the Baltimore Ravens on their own field. Patrick Mahomes setting another record for Super Bowl and playoff appearances, and they will face the Detroit Lions in the Super Bowl. It'll be KC and Detroit. And I'll give you my Super Bowl prediction. I think that Detroit's going to win it on a last-second field goal. It's going to be right down to the wire. It's going to be a good Super Bowl. I'm watching. It's football.
If Detroit's in it or Kansas City's in it, I'll watch it. If it's Baltimore and 49ers, I won't watch it probably. But I think –
who wants to watch a running back play quarterback? I mean, come on.
He's probably going to be the MVP of the league, and he's done pretty good. So, but I'm not a big fan of Baltimore. Never liked them, but it's hard. It's hard for me to watch this. The only Kansas City and Doug, he did say something where Kansas City used to be my second favorite team, but when Taylor Swift came in the picture,
goodness,
it took a lot away from me. I can't stand her.
Oh my goodness.
She is an example of what's wrong with young women today. Come on. Right, Doug?
Oh my goodness.
And she's overrated. She ain't that good, people.
Oh my goodness. Of course,
I don't even know what she does. I really don't know what she does except for I really don't. I think she's some type of performer.
Yeah.
I've never heard or seen her do anything. So yeah. I don't care, but I mean it's idiotic for the softies to be included in on football. You know, that's what's happened to our football. Is it ain't football no more?
She's just watching her boyfriend play. She's not doing anything.
Doug stopped listening to music back when Ernest
Tubb quit picking.
Yes.
Whatever. Hank Williams Jr. and Willie Nelson are still going strong.
All right, guys. The AFC Championship, KC and Baltimore, that will kick off 4:00 on CBS on Sunday, and at 5:30 on Fox will be the NFC, the Lions and the 49ers. So you can't watch both of them. You're going to have to choose which one you're going to watch. I know Doug going to be watching that running back over there in Baltimore. The Super Bowl.
Really? They're going to be both on at the same time?
No, they're not.
Pretty much.
No, they're not.
February 11th, the Super Bowl will be played in Las Vegas, and that will be on CBS. And Donnie, you're going to be excited because your favorite performer is performing, probably a neighbor of yours there in the hood, Usher. Boy, I tell you, that guy can really perform.
Usher. So they're getting somebody that's like ushering at the stadium to go down and perform?
That guy would probably do better.
Man.
Usher. The world's going to hell in a handbag, boys. That's all I'm saying.
We're getting too old.
Getting too old.
We are.
All right. Well, moving right along, I want to talk about Doug's favorite sport, and that's hockey real quick. Just want to touch on it just to give an update because we are the sports scene and we got to talk sports. By the way, we've got a great list that we're going to do towards the end of the show. I don't know if Donnie shared it with you, Doug, but it's pretty easy. You should be able to do this one. It is, of course, I'm going to put it up there. There it is. Who are your top 5 Rangers all time? All time. Rangers. We're going to get to that here in a little bit. But before we do that, whoops. What's going on here? We got to get back to some sports. The Stars, the Dallas Stars, they're playing. They got a new coach, Donnie. Just got rid of the guy, and Patrick Roy is now the head coach for the Dallas Stars. They're going to need him. They're in the Central Division right now, 27, 13, and 6. They got 60 points. They're 4 points out of first place in their division. Jason Robertson, he is their left wing, and he is their leading scorer in points with 48 and assists with 32. I mean, the guy's all over the place. Really, really good player. Fun to watch. I've watched a couple of their games, and I'm telling you, they're going to have to spiff it up a little bit, and this new coach is going to have to fire them up. They just can't seem to string along, they're 27 and 13 and 6, but they should be well in the 30s right now in wins if they want to get out of that division. Okay, now I'm going to get to Donnie's favorite sport because he's in the hood, and they're probably playing it right around the corner of his car right there. We're talking about the NBA. The Dallas Mavericks, I'm told that they play in the NBA, Donnie. Is that correct?
Yes, they do, sir.
And they are eighth. They are in 8th place in the Western Conference, 24 and 19. They're 6 games back from Minnesota, who's in first place. They're on a 2-game losing streak. They're going to host the Suns tomorrow in a game they really got to win. They can't afford to lose to teams that are ahead of them, do they?
Yeah, it's tough. They got a tough little schedule going on. They played Boston last night. I think Boston, I watched that game. I think Boston's definitely the best team in the league right now. They got a really, really good lineup. The Mavericks, they're one player short of being dangerous, and we'll see what they do at the trade deadline if they can get make something happen with the trade. But the way they stand now, there's no they could make the 8th seed, but that's like kissing your sister, man. It's not not much fun. So, yeah. But last night I watched Luka. I mean, he's not getting any much help. But Kyrie Irving's great, but other than that, they have really nobody else. Luka had a line. Listen to this line last night: 33, 18, and 13. 33 points, 18 rebounds, and 13 assists. And he wasn't even really making his shots last night. But the guy needs help, and we'll see. We'll see if they make a trade, and because if they make the right trade, they can really be dangerous.
Luka scored 33 last night, and that's his average on the year per game is 33.6 points per game. And you're right, Donnie. Of course, Kyrie Irving has been helping, and Hardaway coming off the bench has been helping in the points in the scoring facet of the game. And at times they're hot and cold. They don't know what they want to be, those two. it's aggravating. I do like their Derek Lively, the draft pick that they got, but I don't know that he's going to be a center. I don't know if he'd make a better forward. I don't know. And Josh Green, I mean, come on, man, play some defense, buddy.
Well, he's okay on defense. He's not consistent enough on offense, and he gets a little out of control. The guy that's really hurting them is one of their big free agent signings, and he is a bust. Grant Williams has been a bust this year, and I watching him the last few weeks it's hard to watch that. The money they gave that guy. There's two guys that they sign on minimum contracts that is doing better than him. So they definitely got to make a move, though.
Well, talking about the move, of course, they've got new owners. Cuban sold a big stake of his ownership over to a big group out of Las Vegas that are into casinos and all that good stuff. Yay, casinos. And now the trade deadline, Donnie, it is February the 8th, fastly approaching. Give me two names that the Mavericks should look at in trade.
Well, you just put me on the spot. I think
I'm putting you on the spot. You're the basketball game. Well, wait a minute, Doug. Didn't you average 33 points a game when you played in the 8th grade B basketball team?
See you later, man.
Just kidding.
Hey, man, at least we played defense in the 80s, man.
Oh, that's right.
Nowadays, nobody plays defense in the NBA.
We did.
And we had those awesome short shorts.
Yeah,
with the long socks.
Right. Yeah.
With the long socks and the stripes. Yes, we did. We did. It looked real good with my legs. Okay, give me one player then.
One player. I would like to see them go after, let's see, PJ Washington. How about that name? We need a power forward. I think he's a guy that can come in and get some rebounds. Maybe Dorian Finney-Smith come back would be good. There's a kid, he's a center, Claxton from Brooklyn Nets. If they got Claxton and Finney-Smith back, that'd be really good. And because they need some inside presence. They need more rebounding, and they got the scorers. They just need the guys that can play some defense and rebound the ball.
Yeah, their defense is atrocious. I tried to watch a couple of games, and I was like, I can't watch this no more. It was just really bad, really bad, really bad. Doug, any comments you got on the NBA?
No.
What's going on in the NASCAR circuit?
Well, they're going to be doing the Las Vegas, that new Las Vegas race they do coming up.
It's a street race, right? Right through the heart of Las Vegas, right?
No. It's a Coliseum race, or is it? I can't remember. I don't know what it is. It's a stupid race that they do now before the Daytona 500. I don't get it, but anyway, so.
Hey, is Richard Petty still running?
No, he might be running from the law.
What about Ricky Bobby?
He might be still doing some bootleg and whiskey, runs. I don't know, but yeah, NASCAR has changed just like the NFL has, gone soft. NASCAR's gone soft, and it's not the same anymore. It's tough to be a sports guy in America today, maybe I can
fire you up. Maybe I can fire you guys up, because we're going to go to our next segment real quickly and talk about these guys right here. Here you go. Oh,
yay.
Oh, yes. We're talking about the World Series champions, the Texas Rangers. How about that, baby? Donnie, any chance we lose Adolis?
No.
Okay, good. All right.
No, but we need to sign another pitcher, though.
Yeah, we do.
We do need to sign another pitcher. Now, they did sign Tyler Mahal. How do you say his name, Donnie? Molly? Yeah. And, of course, he's a right-handed pitcher, because that's what we need, right-handed pitching. and whatnot. And I don't know what his upside or downside is, but at least they went after somebody. They are driving me crazy. They let Hader go to the Astros. What is up with that?
Yeah, that hurt a little bit.
Rangers found out about their contract money.
Yeah, that I wanted that guy, but Molly is really good. He was Minnesota's best pitcher, but the only thing about him is he's like 3/5 of our starting pitchers. He's out till the middle of the year.
Yeah.
Him, DeGrom, and Scherzer won't be playing until at least the All-Star break. So that's why they need Montgomery or the kid out of San Diego, the Snell. Either one of those guys. But I think we really need another left-handed guy. We're strong with right-handers, and we needed that reliever. I hated that Astros got Hader.
Yeah, the Astros getting Hader was really a blow. I did not like that at all. The Rangers this month, Donnie, on the 16th, they traded for right-handed pitcher Daniel Duarte for cash. Anytime you trade for cash, that pitcher is a maybe, right? You know much about Daniel Duarte?
No, I think he played for Cincinnati last year,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
He's a guy you're going to throw in the bullpen and be one of those guys that throws the ball every once in a while. Nothing special.
They gave 4 minor league contracts out this month, and they signed Andrew Knizner as a free agent catcher to help back up my favorite catcher, Jonah Helm, and that's good because they lost a couple of catchers during free agency. Jordan Montgomery still out there in free agency. Yes or no? Do you think we'll get him back?
Yes.
Doug?
I'm praying. Yeah, we gotta have him. Like Donnie said, we ain't gonna have some of our rotation at the beginning of the season. We need Montgomery and Uvalde to be 1-2, and then hope we get John Gray. I think he's going to be a solid number 3, and could work his way up to be a number 2. I really like what he did. So 4 and 5, I don't know what we're going to do there, but until we get DeGrom and Scherzer after the break, but we do need some relief help. We need that big time shutdown, for sure shutdown guy that's going to come in every time and shut them down. We need him. And until we get him, it's going to be, hold your breath if we go into the 7th, 8th with a slim lead. That's nerve-wracking time for me.
I've got their depth chart right now for the Rangers and their rotation right now. You got Nathan Eovaldi, Andrew Heaney, Dane Dunning, who I thought did a really, really good job. And then when they moved him over to the bullpen, I really liked that too. Dane, I think he had a really good year. I think a lot of people are underrating him. I think he's a good pitcher. John Gray, who I like. And then they've got Mahali in as the 5th right now. But who knows what's going to happen. Cody Bradford is projected to be in the bullpen right now, but he has started in the past. John Gray has been in the bullpen, so has Dunning. These are guys that can be moved. You look at their lineup, man, and their lineup is just so good. And then you've got the chance of our draft pick. He got a spring training invite to the deal. Do you think he could make the team, Donnie, as a DH or something, or maybe even play some outfield?
Yeah, I think Wyatt Langford will be. He'll make the opening day roster. I think he's going to be a stud. I think he'll eventually be one of your outfielders, and he might start out, playing the outfield, spilling some guys, but maybe be your main DH guy. I really like Carter going to center and Langford being your left fielder, outfielder. I think Travaris. I think he's a guy you can possibly move in the future and get something for him. But Langford is a stud. I think people need to watch that guy's name, Wyatt Langford. Yep. I think in a couple of years, people are going to know him, and he could be. I hate to say this, put a lot of pressure on him, but he could be the next Mike Trout. Just saying.
Yeah, he could. And Donnie, also don't forget Justin Foscue. Keep that name in intertwined. He did get a spring training invite, and that guy, he's been tearing up the minor league. Ezekiel Duran as a utility player. They still have Josh Smith on the squad. I'm talking about utility players that can that can fit in the void. But this young guy, both Foscue and Langford, I would really like to see up on this squad at least a good portion of the season.
Yeah, that's the problem, though. They're going to have to, to get those guys on the field, if they're going to keep them, they're going to have to make some trades. And they're either going to use, I think Foscue could be one of the guys they might use on a trade just to get something. But they've been working him out at first base. So, Nathaniel Lowe did a great job the last few seasons for the Rangers, but they're trying to find a place for Justin Foscue. And if they don't, because you got Simeon at second base for a long time, and that's his main position. Foscue's main position is second base. So it's a tough decision. You're gonna try to find another place for your young talent, or are you going to use it for maybe a trade to get a piece like in a pitching department that could really help you out? I think that's probably what they should do, because I think honestly they're at the win now time, and they were in the world. They won the World Series last year. Why not use him as a piece to get a good reliever? Maybe towards the All-Star break before the trade deadline, you might see one of those guys go. They've got a few guys that are really high up on the minor league ratings that they could use to trade and get a good veteran.
Wouldn't you think it'd be smarter though to move Duran and possibly Travaris and hang on to people like Langford and Foscue? Bring Foscue in, let him play some utility, and let him move around a little bit. Josh Smith keep him on the squad to help him give some guys some off dates and stuff like that. But don't you think you could get something for Duran? Duran had a pretty good deal there. Where did Doug go?
He's lost. I think he's lost.
He was walking around, and then all of a sudden he disappeared like a ghost.
I think Foscue, though, is a guy that he's not a guy that you want to just like Josh Smith. I think Josh Smith and maybe Duran. Duran, I think more about him, that he could be an everyday player eventually. But Foscue is a guy that I think he's going to be an everyday player eventually for somebody. And with the way with Simeon, you got him for several years. There's not really a spot for Foscue. That's why they've been working him out at first base. Maybe they're thinking about moving Nathaniel Lowe or something. I don't know. But I would like to see Travaris part of a package with Duran or Foscue to get you a really, really good pitcher, either starting or reliever, and because you're set pretty much everywhere else.
Yeah, you definitely are. I think a lot of people worried about what the Rangers are going to do trying to defend their title, but I think they're going to be just fine. And I think that they don't need to be hasty on whatever they do. They need to make it work for them. They need to make it work for them more than trying to press. Okay, just wanted to give a big shout out real quick to the Rattlers. We invited the coaches to come on tonight, but of course it was last minute, so I'm sure their schedules weren't available to avail them. Both the guys and the girls got swept Santo and Hico this week, and the boys team beginning to start taking some strides. Matthew Barron scoring over 20 points per game, and really, really beginning to catch it a little bit. I just see a lot of improvement out of his game. Merida Mel, of course, Isaac Blessing in the backcourt. Just the team as a whole, general, they're finally beginning to really, really gel. And Britton Rice, Donnie, my goodness, you need to come watch him play some basketball. That kid is a good point guard, and he moves it around, and he's in double digits every time they get on the court in assist and everything. So kudos to the boys. Now the girls, their theme this year is relentless. And man, I'm telling you, that's exactly the way they're playing. And they just blew Santo out of the gym. They blew Hico out of the gym. They're just a really, really solid team. They played really, really good against Hico, who's the number one team in state. Yet they're not ranked in the top 25, and the boys aren't ranked in the top 25. No rankings for both the Toller teams. And Toller lost to Poolville earlier in the boys did earlier in the season. And the girls, the only loss they had in district was to Lipan, and it was a close game. The boys' game was a close game. Lipan boys only beat them by 3 points. And if Toller runs the gambit here and gets down to the last game, it's February the 6th over in Lipan. Look for that game to be really, really interesting, because the Rattlers could get into that second, or maybe even, well, they can't really get into the first slot. Lipan's going to have it by virtue of probably sweeping Poolville. But at least challenging and giving a good showing in the district will get them a good run in the playoffs. The girls, I'm really tickled with them. They're probably going to they're probably going to be the second seed out of the district, and that's amazing, especially when that second seed is to the defending state champ, Lipan Lady Indians. And this team has Erica Halfman has this team playing amazingly. Have you been watching any of the games, Donnie?
I've caught a little bit of it, and I noticed, especially the girls, they don't really give much of a chance for the other teams to score. Their defense is outstanding, and like I said, Lipan Lady Indians is, they're the defending state champion, so they're just playing them is going to help them be ready for playoff run and make a good run there, and same thing with the boys. I think Lipan boys and the Poolville boys are really, really good, and I think Toller, I think they, whatever reason, they didn't play very well against Poolville. They played pretty good against Lipan, but Poolville, they didn't play very well. I watched that game. I think, if they can come back and have a better showing against them, worst case scenario, they're going to have third in that district. But playing Poolville and Lipan gets you ready for, some really good playoff run. And that's one of those districts where the top three teams can go pretty far.
Trying to text Doug real quick, see where he went off. I'm right there with you, Donnie. I think the teams are doing great. Hey, talking about the Texas Rangers. Oh, there he is. There he is. We're gonna get him back. There he is.
I'm back.
Dougie, you okay?
Yeah. Just had to go out the yard to get the deaf dog.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah. He likes to go. He likes to go in the very, very, very back. And anyway.
He kind of gets lost like you when you go outside to go to the potty.
Yeah, Doug goes outside the potty too.
Yeah, I do. Yeah. I don't
want
want
nothing wrong with that.
Huh?
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. That's right.
All right. Hey, guys, I want to invite you guys, and I want to invite everybody that's listening out to a very special event tomorrow night. It is the Trophy Tour. Have you heard about this, Donnie? They are moving the World Series trophy to various spots in and around the areas, and allowing fans a chance to go see the trophy and all of that. But tomorrow night at 6 o'clock, they're going to be in Cleburne, Texas. Cleburne, Texas, at the Cleburne Railroaders Baseball Stadium, which is right off of 67, right there in Cleburne. They're going to be there from 6 to 8 p.m. They're going to have the World Series trophy. It is free to everyone and open to everyone. The first 300 fans will get to get autographs with the new manager of the Cleburne Railroaders, and that is one of Donnie's. It's going to be in Donnie's top 5 all-time Rangers. I know. I mean, Donnie loved this guy. Pete Incaviglia is now the manager for the Cleburne Railroaders, and I'm not too proud to say, guys, I'm going to be there. It's going to be 6 o'clock to 8 o'clock. And I'm going to get there early, and I'm going to get my autograph from Pete Incaviglia. I'm going to take my bat. It's got Julio Franco. And who was that spare first baseman that played for the Rangers for a while, Donnie? You should know him. You were probably a big – huh? No, the spare. The
Will
one that –
Clark?
No, the spare. Good God, Doug.
Dave Hostetler?
Hang on, let me get the bat. I'm going to get y'all talk amongst yourself. Anyway, they're going to be there tomorrow. You can go to the website for details at ilovetexasbaseball.com. That's ilovetexasbaseball.com, all spelled out. You talk amongst yourselves. I'm going to get the bat.
Mitch Moreland.
Mike Hargrove?
Yeah.
I'm going to kill you, Donnie. Mike Hargrove.
Will Clark? Pete O'Brien?
Pete O'Brien, yeah.
That's exactly who it is. It's Pete O'Brien. Pete O'Brien, that's right.
He was not a spare.
He was
He
a
was
spare.
pretty good.
He wasn't a spare, David. He was good.
He wasn't Mike Hargrove, but, you know.
Yeah.
If you bat in the 220s, you're a spare, dude. Come
He
on.
wasn't 220. You crazy?
Come on, man.
Golly. You're like CNN putting false news in there.
Yeah.
Speaking of false news and everything, real quick before we get to our list, because list is all about sports, right? Give me has anything got your sports shorts crazy? Something that's really made you mad about sports that you want to get off your chest right now? Oh, as a matter of fact, there's one topic we haven't talked about. And that's our Dallas Cowboys losing to in the first round to the 7th seed Green Bay Packers. We're on a hot streak. Damn, Doug, what do you got? A bunch of wolves out there?
Shoot that dog.
Now I got kids coming over with another puppy dog. So yeah, I'm gonna have to go pretty soon, guys, because I'm gonna be dog sitting because Ryan and his girl are going to Fort Worth because she's got clinics. She's a nurse, you know. She got to go to.
Hold
clinic.
on. You're gonna
You got no
dog
state
sit.
control, man, Donnie.
What the hell, dog sitting? Well, the dogs can just take care of themselves.
Nah.
Oh,
No, dogs
my
are
God.
people. Dogs are people, man.
You
no,
are such. Oh my God.
you don't put dogs outside no more.
Well, they can stay inside.
All right, let's get this show on the road. Let's get going. Come on. What?
All right, here we go.
Top 5.
Hey,
Give me your take on the Dallas Cowboys real quick, losing to the Green Bay Packers. We'll start with Doug because he's got to go pretty soon.
Yo. The Dallas Cowboys are not going to be nowhere sniff the championship until they get rid of Dak and get a defense that ain't fake news. And, you know, we talked about this in detail yesterday, David. You know my thoughts. Dak Prescott, and I've said this for several years, and I'm just sorry. Dak is not good enough to get this team or any team, I believe, into a Super Bowl championship. You know, it's a different league, different era. Yes, he's awesome against average and below average teams. He's probably one of the best quarterbacks out there against those teams. But you get a team that can play some defense, and he's average to below average. So Yeah, he's not going to get it done. Our defense was all mirrors, fake. It was fake defense this year. They were great against bad teams, and they could not stop anybody that had a decent quarterback in the run game. Same thing as that's been going on until they get some real players, some that will show up against better teams. They're not going to go nowhere. So that's my thought.
Well, let me ask you this, Doug. Is the Buffalo Bills defense better than the Dallas Cowboy defense?
I don't know. Probably so. Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
So then you're saying that the Buffalo Bills should get rid of Josh Allen?
No.
Oh yeah, because
give me Josh Allen all day long, bro.
He's been there so many times, and he ain't been to the Super Bowl. I mean,
David, look at the team he's lost to,
huh?
Kansas City. And Kansas City is scripted, man. The NFL scripted for KC to get to the Super Bowl. It's been that way forever. Just like anyway, don't get me started on that soapbox, but Josh Allen is a leader. He's a leader. He will do what it takes to win the ball game. I hate Mahomes, but he is too. I give it to him. But that's the kind of quarterback I want. I want a leader that will come through. When it's on the line against a great team like Buffalo or Kansas City.
All right, Donnie, your impressions about the Dallas Cowboys?
Well, they got to make some changes, obviously, and I think I'm not as down as Doug is on Dak. I think Dak is a quarterback. Obviously, he's probably going to be runner-up in the MVP this year. So a guy that can do that, and I know you can say all the other stuff, but if you can do that, I think he's a quarterback that can take your team to where they need to go. He's got to have players around him. He had one player in the offensive side with C.D. Lamb, and that's about it. Jake Ferguson's good. I like him. But the defense is where we should be talking about. We shouldn't be talking so much about the quarterback. It's always about the quarterback, especially with the Dallas Cowboys.
Hey, Donnie, do me a favor.
Defense, it wouldn't have mattered if Roger Staubach came out and was reincarnated. He couldn't have won that game. The defense was horrible. They couldn't stop anybody, and especially against Green Bay, it wouldn't have mattered who was your quarterback. So that's where you got to start.
Yeah, I agree. I'll give you my take on it. Is it's all about the defense, and I can't believe that somebody would even consider hiring Dan Quinn as a head coach. But please, Lord, let it happen. Dan Quinn don't have a clue, playing 6 DBs, not having any linebackers on his roster. That's all at the feet of Dan Quinn. And I'm telling you right now, that is the first person I want gone is Dan Quinn. The second person I want gone in that Dallas defense is pretty much all of them. There's not very many people. It would not bother me if the Cowboys traded Micah Parsons and got a couple of ones or a couple of ones and a one and maybe a couple of twos or something. I don't care. Get something out of him because you know what? It's not going to work here. That's not the player for this for the Dallas Cowboys. That Dallas Cowboy defense needs an infusion. And I'm talking about a lot of free agents, a lot of stuff coming in. They also need some offensive linemen, and they need a running game to be established. And I can't believe they're bringing back McCarthy. I mean, that team was not prepared. They were not ready, and they did not play with heart. Once they got down, they had no heart. And there's no excuse for going out and just not even trying or just not having any kind of heart whatsoever. So my whole thing is, did Dak have a bad game? Yes, he had a bad game. Threw for over 400 yards and ran for almost 50. Yeah. But what I'm telling you is that they won 12 games. They can't help who was on their schedule and who wasn't on their schedule. Okay. They did beat a Detroit team, which we all three put in the Super Bowl this year. So to me,
that's wishful thinking, though.
Yeah,
San Francisco.
Well, I think they'll be there. I don't think San Francisco right now. San Francisco's hurting, and I think right now is the time to get San Francisco. And I think that Dan Campbell's going to coach them up. And you're going to see a team going out there and playing with heart and attitude, and get the defensive coordinator for Detroit. Bring him over if you can. Throw some money at him, Jerry Jones. You got all the money in the world. Do it, and get somebody lacking. Get somebody lacking, because I'm telling you right now, that defense was putrid, and to me, that's how they lost. So, enough of that. You feel better? I feel better. Therapy.
Yeah.
It helps.
I got a big question.
Yeah.
This is another thing that's on my sports mind. Is I need to know, David. We're kind of the talk.
You got to
show
get a
talk-
better phone, Donnie. You got to
What?
get off that straight talk and get you a better phone. You're cutting in and out. Do what now?
So I need to know who is going to be the Total Rattler head football coach next year.
Yeah, that's a big deal. We didn't even talk about that. And thank you for bringing it up. Jeremy Mullins going to the new Eagle Mountain High School, which is the new school in the Fort Worth ISD, and the Saginaw ISD. I'm sorry. And I seen the stadium yesterday. It's going to be a big, beautiful stadium. Chris Hayes, who I invited to come on tonight, but I remembered now he has his comic book show that he does on Tuesdays. Chris Hayes and his son Cole Hayes are going to be doing the streaming for that team. They have a history. When Coach was with Boswell, Cole played at Boswell, and so they have a history together and everything. So that's going to be kind of cool. But yeah, Jeremy Mullins, good luck for him and his family. We wish him all the best. He did a great job here in the tenure that he had here. By the way, Saturday, February the 10th, boys, y'all need to mark that on your calendar. Saturday, February the 10th, there's going to be a banquet for the football team at the First Baptist Church in Tolar, Texas. We have been invited. So they would like for the three of us to attend this and be present. So I'll get that information back out to you guys. But and anybody out there that's listening, if you're a Rattler fan, show up. All right.
Hey, I got to go, guys.
Oh, we need your top five, Doug.
Oh, okay. Jim Sundberg,
Poor
Juan
puppy.
Gonzalez. Let's go with Josh Hamilton. Number two, Pudge Rodriguez. Number one, Nolan Ryan. Thank you and good evening.
All right, goodbye. Get him out of here. All right, now the Democrats gone. Donnie, let's go 5-1. 5-1. I'll start it off. I'm going to go with the greatness that is. I thought about this. There were so many of them. I mean, my goodness. I know you're probably going to have 8 runner-ups or honorable mentions, but I don't do that. So I finally settled on one because I made it personal. Buddy Bell. Buddy Bell played third base for the Texas Rangers. I like Buddy Bell. I'm going to put Buddy Bell at number 5.
That's a good pick. And you're right. My number 5 is a 3-way tie.
Oh, yeah, I knew it would be.
It's the great Buddy Bell you just mentioned.
Yeah.
The great Juan Gonzalez, and one of my favorite all-time Rangers, 2-time MVP, Josh Hamilton.
Yeah, Josh Hamilton. He's on one of my all-time lists, Donnie.
I know he is.
All-time body shot at the local bar. Yeah. Yeah.
He would be higher if he would have been with the Rangers longer.
Okay. So number 4, Donnie, you can go first this time.
My number 4 is the guy that you talk about a team player. This guy exemplifies that. He is all about the team. Put me wherever you want me to make the team better. And he's still working for the team. The great Michael Young, man.
Yeah, Michael Young. I almost put him at 5. I really, really like Michael Young, and you know how much I like Michael Young. He was one of my favorites. But number 4, I had to put this guy in because he's a Hall of Famer, Donnie. Hall of Famer. You ready? Adrian Beltre. at number 4 for me. That tells you how great my list is. 1, 2, 3 is awesome.
Yeah, my number 3 is Adrian Beltre. I mean, he might be going higher soon, but yeah, he just today got elected into the Hall of Fame. And I want to know who the 19 knuckleheads that didn't vote for him to be in the Hall of Fame in the first ballot.
They're all on the East Coast, Donnie.
That is so stupid. Why these guys? If you're a Hall of Famer, you're a Hall of Famer. You know, you put them in. But yeah, he's in the Hall of Fame today, and him and Todd Helton and Joe Meyer and Jim Leyland, the coach.
Leland, yeah.
And Adrian Beltre is the cream of the crop on that Hall of Fame.
Oh yeah,
class right there.
Yeah, he's the number one, that's for sure. You know, I almost put him at 3, but you know me, Donnie. I have to put my favorite Ranger. I mean, all-time list should be what it means to you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What moves your soul.
Yeah.
And I put this guy. Hang on a second. Let me grab it real quick. Oh my goodness! All right, here we go. I put this guy. Look at this dude, Donnie.
I know who you're gonna put.
Look at that. Look at that. That is the great Jim Sundberg. You know, he has a World Series ring also. Look at that young man next to him there. Hang on. I got to figure this camera out. All right, there it is. Look at that young man next to him, Donnie.
Yeah. Is that?
Yeah, so Jim Sundberg. Called me some Jim Sundberg. I put him at 3. So we're at number 2. And you want me to go 2 first?
Yeah, I got my number 2 is one of my favorite all-time players, and he would be number 1 if he played for him longer. But I think personally the greatest pitcher of all time, the greatest Texas baseball player of all time, the guy that I'd vote for anything if he ran for it, the great Nolan Ryan, number 2.
Nolan Ryan, I've heard of him. I gotta show you something, Donnie. Look at this. Look at this here. I got stuff. All right. Look at this, Donnie. You know what that is?
Was that a Nolan Ryan autographed baseball?
Yes, and you know what that card is right there beside him with that ugly jersey on?
It's a Nolan Ryan.
Yeah. Nolan Ryan is my number 2 as well, Donnie. How about that? We got the same number 2s. We got the same 1 and 2. So that's 2s. So that leaves only 1 left. That would be our top guy.
Yeah.
If it's anybody other than the guy I have on my list. You want me to go first?
Sure.
All right, I'm going to go first. Number 1 all-time favorite Ranger. This guy right here. You see him, Donnie? Pudge Rodriguez. Now, you have Alex Rodriguez as yours, right, Donnie?
Heck no. I got Pudge Rodriguez, and I think if he's not your number 1 Texas Ranger, your list is wrong because he played for us so long and did so many great things. Personally, I think he's the best catcher of all time. I think a lot of people would say, maybe Johnny Bench, but I think the other Pudge, Ivan Pudge Rodriguez, is the best catcher of all time. Both sides, fielding and hitting. The guy was great.
Oh, he was amazing. Okay, so to recap it, here we go. Pudge Rodriguez, me and Donnie both have Pudge Rodriguez at 1. Me and Donnie both have Nolan Ryan at number 2. I have a tie for 3 and 4. That would be Jim Sundberg and Adrian Beltre. Who'd you have at 3 and 4, Donnie?
I had 3 Beltre and 4 at Michael Young.
And then at number 5, I had Buddy Bell and Michael Young, and you had Bell, Wangan, and Josh. I want to sniff some cocaine. Hamilton, right?
Yeah, you can say that.
Yeah, sniff that cocaine. Amen. Yeah, right.
Stop it.
Yeah.
I will hurt you.
Well, Well, this was fun. I mean, it was a little quick little sports scene that we wanted to come on board and give everybody a chance to see our lovely faces. And just want to tell everybody Happy New Year and keep watching because the basketball is going on. We got baseball right around the corner. Baseball is going to be hard to do this year because their games are so scattered out all over the place. No consistency on the scheduling. It's crazy and whatnot. But we will definitely be back for Rattler football before too long. Donnie,
Yes.
you tried. Oh, what's that hat you got? Hey, I got one something like that too. Hang on a second.
I'm just gonna trigger a lot of people right now.
There you go. There you go. I got my hat on too.
There you go.
Yeah.
It's important time, people.
Yep. Donnie, take care. All right.
All right, brother.
All right. Until then, folks, God bless and go Rattler.